Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday morning. It is opening day here in Tennessee. For me anyways. There's other areas of the state that opened up a little bit earlier in the year, but this is it for me. Today's the day. We're going to go out to an area that I found some bedding at. It's surrounded by some bean fields that are now turning yellow, but a buck has been showing up there every few days right at first light, so we're gonna go sneak in there as long as there's parking available, and we're gonna try and get it done this morning. And there's also
we're all set up. This night shot's not working very good. It's 5:39. We're gonna wait for the sun to come up here and probably sit till about 8 or 9 o'clock and call it a day. It's 7:30. Legal shooting light was at 6:06 this morning, so it's been about an hour and a half. Just had that one doe so far that was literally bedded under my trail camera. I'll put the video to that somewhere in this point in the video. But I was basically walking in and trying to look around for a tree to set up in, and I look over towards my camera and I see the glowing eyes, and I'm like, oh, there's a deer there. That one is the buck I'm waiting on. So I sit there staring at it for a while, and I eventually just started to sneak as close as I could. I literally got to about 15 to 16 feet from it with my headlamp on, and I got it on my phone, so you guys will get a kick out of that. But basically I'm down in the bowl. I'm sitting in a bowl right now, and I did that on purpose because the thermals here, I wanted to be where the thermals were going to go. And I didn't want there to be a lot of swirling where the deer were going to walk about 30 yards away, so ideally, you want to play the thermals and the wind, and initially the thermals were coming right down to me. Now that the sun's been up for a little bit, thermals are doing what they're supposed to. They're just going up. And here in about, a little under an hour, the wind should be picking up from the north, which is straight this way. So it should be going paralleling where I think the bucks will walk from. So it's a just off wind situation is what you guys call it. So I'll sit here for a couple more hours, and we'll see what happens, if anything. Well, I think that's going to do it for the opening day morning sit. It is starting to swirl a lot in here now. Like I'm getting hit from this side right now, and a minute ago it was coming from the north. So I'm going to climb down, and I think I'll just pick some random spot that I've never hunted out here. Just go see what it looks like and go set up and see what happens. See you guys at the bottom. What's up, everyone? Morning sit. You guys saw nothing happened except for on the walk in
Now at 8 o'clock I did get blown at by a fawn that was behind me, so she was downwind. Just going in for the afternoon sit. It's about 2:15, 2:20. Alright, getting a little bit closer now. I'm going to assume since all these beans are completely dead, that nobody has been back in here in the last week or so to even scout. So my hope is that there's still deer here, coming out into this one field corner. Just hoping, you know. Seeing some fresh tracks. It's a good sign. I'm getting closer to where I want to set up, and it's really hot out. The beans here at these fields are completely dead except for a few here and there, so pretty much brown fields. I'm hoping that they've been brown for a little while, which tells me that probably not a lot of people have come here to scout, if any. So I'm going to pop down in here into a field corner just to kind of see what the sign looks like. If there's some fresh buck tracks, then I'll set up. If not, I may jump to another spot, but if I find a good looking trail or some fresh tracks from the last couple days, then I'll set up on that. So we've got a north wind today, and it's going to be borderline just off wind setup where these bucks like to come out. So alright, so down at that field there was no fresh sign, no good trails coming into where I thought they were going to be coming in this year. So they must have changed their patterns when the beans died. So it's kind of hoping that there might have been some fresh sign here. So there's not. So I'm going to pull out. I'm going to go to a different spot just down the road, see if there's anybody parked there. If not, I'm going to jump in because I'm pretty sure, if nothing else, I should get a shot at doe tonight. So, alright, update you guys back at the car. Alright, well, set up for the evening. So I came to this other spot, walked quite a ways to get around where I think the deer are going to come out at, and then I'm setting up right where I think they're going to come out at, and I have a scrape in front of me on the ground at like 10 yards, so it's real dusty, like it's been hit, and acorns are falling. Wind is straight out of the north, going straight back into the timber off into the river. So where the deer should come out at, 20 yards.
y'all, that's it for opening day of archery season here in Tennessee. This was probably one of the most difficult days of hunting I've ever had. Most difficult evenings. There was a 3-year-old, maybe he was 2.5. I think he was 3.5. I passed him along with a bunch of other 2.5-year-olds. Well, 4 other ones. There was 5 total. I had him in front of me. I had him at the scrape. I had him behind me here in the woods. I was just hoping a bigger one would have came out last night, so. No dice though. They came out like an hour and a half before sunset, which was crazy. So, alright, gonna pack everything up. It's gonna take me about 20 or 30 minutes to get down slow and quiet, and then about a 15-minute walk back to the car and then a 20-minute drive home, so. Love this shit. Oh, I love it so much. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.